Well, good morning, Rob.
Hey, good morning.
Who you got there?
I got Mila.
Who's Mila? Oh, Mila's the new member of the family.
Yep, yep. She's a 3-month-old French bulldog.
Oh my God.
I know.
Oh my God. How old is she?
3 months. Yeah. Got her over the weekend.
How big will she get?
Maybe like 15, 20 pounds.
Oh, so tiny still.
Yeah. She's gonna be small. Not gonna get any bigger than that.
Look at that face.
I know. I love her
I didn't
underbite.
mind her either, so that's
No.
pretty cool. So she's
Yeah.
just pretty chill. She's just gonna lay there.
She actually, she's really, really a really good listener. Really obedient.
She seems pretty smart. She looks smart.
Yeah. She's just tired. It's her nap time.
It's her nap time, like a baby. Hey, wow, a lot of news on the front. We'll get to that here in a minute and some funny news. But I got a question for you. You know, I had a question for you this morning. So, people, I want to know: is there a rift between you and Andy?
A rift between me.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
Andy.
are you guys like fighting each other or something? I mean, because all of a sudden, no, Andy's back teaching. I know that. I know you're back teaching, Andy, and I know you're watching the show right now. But I mean, do we need to put boxing gloves on y'all?
Oh no.
Are you like fighting?
I don't have a problem with Andy.
Why won't Andy come in when you're here?
Because Andy works.
Yeah, but he ain't working now. He's on the floor right now. He ain't teaching yet.
Well, yeah, but he's
probably preparing.
yeah.
All right, I just wondered because it's like when you're here, you don't want to be here, but when you're not here, you'll sit on here and talk with me.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe I ought to get you all in a ring.
No, he's too old.
Andy ain't that old. He's younger than me.
I'm kidding. No,
Andy, he called you out. He called you and he said you're old.
he's literally right.
I know. He's watching it too. That's why I'm saying it. I just had to start something this morning. I ain't even had any coffee yet, and I'm doing okay.
You're a troublemaker.
That's what they used to say.
You're a troublemaker.
Yeah, I guess I am sometimes. Hey, there was a lot of news out there, and it's been talking about China and the reason, and why China is hoarding gold. And I want to go over a few things with you, and then I'm going to get into some. Well, the headline says it all in our title. When you watch this video, Biden's at it again. Stupid Biden. We have the craziest president, and I can imagine those people, and because I know my friends over at International, they just bust their lights out laughing because of the things that we do over here.
Oh, really? I bet. Yeah.
Anyway, so I want to share with you, while our central banks, our own central bank, is still researching the creation of the digital dollar, China has already started the rollout of the Chinese yuan, which is currently accessible to 10% now of its population. And the digital yuan can also be used for shopping in the Olympic Village during the Winter Olympics. And undoubtedly a publicity stunt aimed at China's own citizens, and perhaps more importantly, you, me, and the rest of the world. But to truly give the yuan global appeal, the world needs to have faith in the currency. So the yen needs credibility and security, and backing it with gold would give it both, especially in a world filled with money printing, right? We talk about this all the time.
Yeah, they need some sort of stability.
So one theory right now is that China is hoarding gold in order to back its physical yuan and e-yuan, which is the electronic one, digital, with the precious metal, and to launch a gold-backed currency. And Beijing will need huge gold reserves in order to do this. So this is not science fiction, and China is basically doing what we did with our dollar when it was under the gold standard or on the gold standard.
Yeah.
And a Chinese-backed or a yen backed by gold means that its holders know that it cannot be inflated and that China is being held accountable to it, much like our government was before it had to cut ties between the dollar and gold to allow them to print all the money that they needed.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we talk about this. So this would give the yen the push it needs to become what? Dominant. Dominant in the world.
Right.
The world economy. And most likely surpass the dollar as the world's reserve currency.
Yeah.
So the gold shackles then would be embraced by China, as it knows that down the road it can be unshackled itself. By then, the reserve currency status would be fulfilled. And the position would grant China a long list of benefits, including these. And that, here you go. You got China would no longer have to exchange its currency for another currency to trade, and the exchange fees would fall on the trading partners. China would be exposed to lower exchange rate risk, especially when it comes to commodities, which are often quoted and settled in the reserve currency as of now. And the liquidity of the yuan would be boosted since most transactions would take place in the currency. And then loans are more easily provided and financial assets can be priced more easily given Chinese companies better access to capital. So the demand for the yuan would rise. It would be very strong, which would increase the trust in its currency. And this, in turn, would make a yuan-backed securities more attractive, and China would be able to do more easily export its debt. So how could it impact you if the yuan becomes the world's new reserve currency? You got any idea? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, it sounds like China's like 3 to 4 steps ahead of the U.S. right now.
They always are.
Very true.
I mean, come on, man. Look,
backing a currency with physical gold could do wonders for holding physical gold, right? It could create a lot of financial stability and financial strength in China. Who knows? I mean, really, we don't know what will happen, but it seems like only positive things could come out of this.
Yeah, I agree. And so think about this. If China is indeed hoarding gold as a part of a plan to launch a gold-backed yuan and dethrone the dollar as the world's reserve currency, the U.S. would lose the benefits that I just mentioned with severe repercussions for our economy, our business, and in turn for each one of us. And the dollar is already beginning to weaken. I mean, look at what's going on with gold and silver today. We're at like 1900 now.
Yeah.
Right? What's silver
right.
at? Do you know?
Silver's at 24.
24.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It'll rise up. It'll actually.
Well, silver just did a 25% move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it went from 17 to 24.
So the dollar is already weakening, and if the greenback gets pushed behind China on the world stage, it could then quickly lead to a significantly lower demand for dollars and the dollar-backed securities, and as a result, we'd no longer be able to sell off our debt to the rest of the world.
There you go.
Oh, shit. Does that work? Oh, here we go. That deserves one of these. Man, that
great.
deserved one of those.
I hear that buzzing now.
Oh, can you hear it?
Yeah.
Let me turn that down. So, as a result, then businesses would have to pass the exchange fees and the transaction fees to who? Us, the consumers. And companies would have a tough time accessing to debt, which means they would likely have to pay higher interest rates. and another expense they would pass on to consumers, and this would result in a laundry list of economic challenges for the United States, with the rapid inflation being particularly difficult to actually curb amid these rising costs. So in short, strengthening the Chinese, the yen, backing it with gold would very likely weaken the dollar and quickly lead to a decline in our standard of living. And these gold price predictions for the next 5 years show how the price of gold, which we've seen, how serious China is now about its electronic, its digital yen, and about pushing the dollar off of its throne. And only time is going to tell. But when you're looking at China hoarding gold, keep in mind that the golden rule throughout history, he who has the gold always makes the rules. Make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
And that's exactly, what we're facing. And this is why, we're in this type of work that we do, because it's the only thing that's actually considered real money. And you've got Congressman Mooney there in Virginia, who has the bill there out now to take us back and return us to the gold standard. So it's interesting, you're hearing this about China and all. It's no doubt that the United States has to compete, right?
Yeah, I mean, number one, China already has a digital yuan, right? It seems like they're moving towards, backing, you know, their currency, the yuan, with physical gold. This could only be bad for America, right? The U.S. This could be good for China and whoever's involved with them, i.e. the BRIC nations, right? So they're just
well, we already know,
like you say all the time. It's like the dollar's going to fall out in Asia.
This digital dollar is becoming very serious. I mean, European Central Bank now proposes a digital euro design, and the ECB proposed a series of design and distribution options for a digital euro. Mm-hmm. We know this is actually happening right now. Yeah. And, it's all about having a digital-backed currency. And everyone is doing it, including the United States.
That's right.
So if you're listening, I'm being serious. We're headed toward a cashless society. And let me tell you what's in this proposal with the ECB. And the ECB's movement toward a CBDC now has been years in the making. In 2020, the ECB released a 54-page report detailing reasons a digital euro is actually needed. And, this proposal lays out a different design formats to address different types of transactions. And these types of transactions are discussed peer-to-peer online. They are validated by third parties. So this is not a hoax. This is real. And the CBDC, the ECB stated that a number of steps will need to be taken before a digital euro can be introduced, including analysis on how financial intermediaries could actually provide front-end service that build on this digital euro. So let me tell you what this means. The ECB may be far from releasing its CBDC, but many countries are close.
Yeah.
Many. And roughly 90% of central banks now are developing a central bank digital currency. 90%. Nigeria, you talked about it this morning, has already launched its CBDC and is limiting cash withdrawals to up to $45 per day. And they're doing that to promote their CBDC and partnering with the Bank of International Settlements, the BIS. You've got UAE, Thailand, and Hong Kong, China. They recently completed the most extensive cross-border test.
Wow.
And the U.S. now is currently testing accounting software and plans to test a payment processor called FedNow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's going to be launched in May and June of this year, just a few months down the road.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people are really understanding the fact that, this is all out war on cash. They want to cash the society so that they're able to control the masses, right? You got a you got a conservative political view or stance on a certain situation, right? Or topic, boom, you just been shut off. You can't access your money for an entire week, right? Oh, you're pretty proud, right? You like to voice, your thoughts on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter, but we disagree with that. You've been shut off indefinitely. Oh yeah, and by the way, good luck trying to get your money back.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for playing. Right. So.
Well, the ECB thinks that fiat money it creates is essential to financial stability, trust in the currency, and protects the value of the money. The dollar, just so you know, has lost 80% of its purchasing power since being removed from the gold standard.
Mm-hmm.
And losing more than 80% of purchasing power doesn't make an excellent case for a fiat currency to anchor the financial system to bring stability. However, you may feel differently. And does the fiat dollar make you trust the currency and feel that the system is even stable? So there is no good reason to actually protect yourself. I mean, there is good reason for you to protect yourself with precious metals.
That's right.
This is why you want to protect yourself. And, suppose you think that fiat currencies are a danger to sound money. So in that case, you should definitely protect yourself from the lies created at Jekyll Island.
That's right.
And we just had one of the clients, I think David just brought that book in last night or yesterday.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, if you haven't seen it, you should definitely see the book.
Yeah, The Creature from Jekyll Island.
It's really a good book. In the U.S., the CBDC will have significantly less privacy than the Euro Central Bank, the CBDC, and it's coming soon. And if the ECB would have said by providing an anchor, physical gold actually plays a role, it would have been the most honest statement ever made by a banker. And it's a lie that's being used to justify these CBDCs. And the choice is yours. Option number one, you can actually go along with the bankers and pretend that the currencies are the anchor of a well-functioning payment system.
Mm-hmm.
Option two, acknowledge that every currency in history has eventually collapsed and gold has been real money. That's why I was saying it's the only thing that's considered real money for thousands of years. So do you want truth in your money? If you do, give us a call at 800-753-8534 or 323-380-5485 or just email us.
Yeah.
So send us you can actually go right on our website, fill out your information, and it'll directly take it right to one of our brokers or myself, and we'll get back to you. We can send you an investor's guide. We can do a lot of different things as far as helping you get yourself and your house in order. You got anything to say? I'm slow today without that coffee.
Oh yeah. You're becoming an addict, bro.
I need that coffee.
So good. It's really good.
I mean, I just need that number 11.
It's like a kick. It kicks you up. Gets
Yeah.
You started.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, really, putting people into CBDC would be the easiest thing ever, right? Because all they have to do is frame it as, we're moving the dollar to something digital. And that's how simple it is. Yeah, we're going to go digital. We're going digital. It's the future. No longer, no paper, no more. We're going digital. It's the future. We're good, right? Because people, they're stuck in the matrix. When you're a little kid, when you're, a young adult, when you're an older adult, you're always seeing movies, TV shows, music videos where they're talking about dollar bills, y'all. We got the dollar bills.
Dollar bill, y'all.
Holding big stacks of, green, dirty garbage, right? So they're already hypnotized. They already believe that, the dollar has some value. They're under the impression that it's valuable when they do not realize that it's debt.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, it'd be an easy transition from, paper to CBDC. It's so easy that they could do it overnight. And the masses would get an email maybe a text message saying, let's go ahead and open up your digital wallet. And maybe 95% of people will open up their digital wallet without questioning it. Like, what does this even mean? What is a digital wallet, right? Why am I getting CBDC, right? They won't question it.
You know, yesterday the market was down again. NASDAQ was up a little bit. It's flat right now. It's actually dropping right now. I see it dropping right now. It's interesting. Jerome Powell is supposed to be making comments. Usually he's doing it live.
Yeah.
And this time he's saying he ain't saying nothing.
Yeah.
He's keeping his mouth quiet.
Yeah.
Wonder why. Wonder if he's got a lot of money invested in the market or something. Maybe.
Well, I mean,
I know he does.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know how easy it is to find like what our Congress
Oh, I know.
are invested in?
I know.
Freaking
It's
hilarious.
crazy. It's crazy. You know who Mike Wilson is? Morgan Stanley.
Morgan Stanley, yeah.
So he's saying that investors may be on the doorstep of a deep pullback. And Mike Wilson, who has an S&P 500 year-end target of 3,900 for next year, warns that corporate America is getting ready to unleash a downward earnings revisions that will plummet the stocks. That's what he says.
Very powerful.
That's Morgan Stanley stating that, right? And I think we've been saying this. We know this is right. I mean, there's going to be a big downturn. So this is why you want to start to diversify and get yourself out of the market as much as you can and put yourself in something that you know you can fall back onto later. In other words, exchange for more value later on.
Listen, guys, these bankers, they're singing a different tune now. Everybody's anticipating, stocks to go lower, right? I mean, was it Stanley Druckenmiller who came out a couple of weeks ago saying, stocks will get cracked hard, right? Expect another 30% to 35% downturn in the S&P.
All the analysts are saying the
I mean,
same
you have
thing.
this guy from Morgan Stanley, you have Stanley Druckenmiller, you have
banks are literally going broke right now.
Yeah.
It was Swiss Bank, 110 years, I guess, and they're just literally crushed.
Wow.
Crushed. You know what else is being crushed? Think about this. Those of you that are home, you don't have you don't have one of them electric stoves. You have to turn it on. You got the gas, especially those in Alabama. You got your stove. You cook on your stove. You got your hubby over there. You got cooking dinner. Well, guess what? The Biden administration, the Federal Safety Agency now, is now considering a ban on gas-powered stoves. So you can't have no more gas.
That's so funny.
You got to have electricity.
You can't make this stuff up.
This is for real. This is for real.
Oh, my God.
So they're going to take your stove away from you and give you an electric stove. I wonder if they give them to you for free if they take out Biden pay for it. Will he buy you a new stove? I don't know. Hey, I want to show you a funny video. I hope it comes up. And I'm going to pull this down. But you got to see this. You got to get back up here with us. I don't know why. I heard it the other day. It was working just fine. I don't know. When I do it, it don't work.
That's weird.
I need somebody to man these controls, that's for sure. But anyway, so this is a funny story. So Biden, went to visit El Paso, supposedly to look at the migrants that were crossing the border. Of course, they cleaned it all up, lickety-split. I mean, it looked really nice, El Paso did. And they literally locked up the migrants that were on the street. I'm sure they're back on the streets now. They ain't about to keep them in the jail that long. Anyway, they locked them up. They cleaned up the streets, and for President Biden, And then he decides he's going to go take a trip over to the Salvation Army. And he goes up and he is walking into the office or the business of the Salvation Army. And this guy, he's all in his uniform and everything from the Salvation Army. And now, mind you, Biden thinks he's going to see the Secret Service of Poland, and and he goes up. He thinks he's meeting with Secret Service. He sees the guy all in his Salvation Army gear, right? And Biden says, I spent some time with the Secret Service in Poland and Ukraine. And that Salvation Army guy, he nods his head and he says, oh, yeah? Let me introduce you to blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. We have a dementiated president of the United States out there. At times he looks normal. And then at other times, I don't know. He just kind of like, I guess he loses his handler or something. They let him off his leash.
I wonder if McCarthy would, try to impeach him or.
Well, they are. There's already Donald's. There's already talk in the air of impeaching. And look, now that they found all these documents, remember when they raided Mar-a-Lago and they came after him, the DOJ came after him and everything. Yeah. Well, now there is documents that were seized, Biden documents, that were not revealed until, funny thing, after the midterms, as the GOP demands that the president get the same treatment that they gave to Trump.
Yeah.
So Biden, supposedly they found these documents, and they're classified documents. These are, say right on it, classified. And now the DOJ has them. Yeah. They say they're going to investigate it, but
they're not gonna do a goddamn thing.
Oh yeah. Merrick Garland ain't going to do nothing because Merrick Garland works for Biden. Mm-hmm. You better be careful, Garland. You'll get fired. Yeah. But there's and I'll tell you another piece of good news is that the squad members, Ilhan Omar, what's her name from Foreign Affairs, and Adam Schiff, and Eric Swalwell from Intelligence, they all got to look for another job. They've been fired. Their positions are actually being booted. They're being booted from the committee position.
So I've heard of Adam Schiff, and I know what
he's right here in California.
Yeah, I know a little bit about him or what he's, the issue with Adam Schiff, right? Who's the other two? What do they do?
So Ilhan Omar, she's the one that is the Muslim, I think, from Minnesota.
Oh, the racist?
The racist. And then Swalwell is the one that sat on the January 6th committee and went after President Trump and the insurrection from the 6th, January the 6th, right?
And so they're legitimately fired?
Well, they've been booted.
Just talk.
They're booted. They're booted from the their roles. So
are they still in government?
Well, they'll still stay in the position. They just won't be in those seats. They won't have those committee seats.
So basically, they'll just do their normal job.
They'll do their normal job.
They won't have any high-ranking positions.
Nah, thank goodness. They'd be gone.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, all I care about is that them. Doing away with the 87,000 IRS agents.
They were up. I was watching that yesterday on TV, and they've got it rescinded, so we don't have to worry about it now. Yeah. But oh my God, the Democrats, they were crying like babies about the IRS and how the wealthy people are getting away with it and everything. And thank God that that's taken down now.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. That's not going to stand.
No.
Good job for this guy.
Meanwhile, over here in California, it's like unbelievable.
Oh,
I've never seen anything like
do you
this.
remember the that proposal from Gavin Newsom with the whole reparations bullshit?
Oh, I was going to say something. Go ahead. I want to hear what you're going to say because I was thinking the same thing. But yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I mean, I was on
like
Reddit.
250,000, and now they want $1 million per person.
So it looks like they're going to start planning to push and start taking taxpayer dollars from big corporations here in LA to start paying that off. So
no, I didn't hear that.
What I saw on Reddit, it looks like they're looking to do that. Like, I don't know, set something up where like, if you're a big corporation making X amount, you pay X amount for reparations, or if you're, if you're making $250 a year or $400,000 a year, some of your tax money will go to that.
Well, California is in the hole right now, big time. Their deficit. I was reading the other day, California is in trouble right now.
Yeah.
So, and they've declared now California as an emergency right now. I'm looking out the windows right now out there.
State of emergency because of the rain?
Yeah.
Because of the rain?
They're saying that. Well, it's not just here, Rob. You go up into Sacramento and San Francisco, there's businesses lost, there's homes destroyed. Wait till this is over with, and you start seeing the mudslides. Huh?
What happened over there?
The storm came through.
Just flooding?
Yeah, but it's like major flooding.
Really?
Dude, there's like, look at it out there. I'm seeing trees falling down out there right now. The winds are starting to pick up out there.
Wow.
It's pretty wicked.
Yeah, I wish we could show them.
Well, you could see it if we opened up that window, but that's okay. We'll but this is just we have a second storm coming yet.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought this was just this.
No. There's another one, atmospheric something off the ocean coming in.
Yeah.
There's another one that's actually coming in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's getting really. I heard that people were being stranded out there. They were thinking that the water was just a little bit, and then when they drove into it, it just sunk their car.
Oh,
people
man.
standing on the top of their cars to get rescued. It's pretty bad out there. Up in the hills, think about it. Those houses start sliding off.
They're right on
hills.
the hill. Yeah, they're right on the
I was talking to a friend of mine that lives up in Mulholland in one of those big homes, and he's like, I got to go out and drain my pool.
Yeah.
I got to drain it. Because if the water comes over and starts flooding into the house, it's really bad, right?
Yeah.
So I haven't talked to him. He never did call back. But there's like major flooding going on.
Could we see mudslides?
We'll see mudslides.
Oh,
We'll probably see houses sliding off the cliffs and shit.
In the hills behind us?
Probably you can.
Wow.
Yeah, they've got Laurel Canyon shut down. Mulholland is shut down.
Wow.
I don't know if Dave's here today, but Malibu, I don't know how he got here.
I don't know how he got home yesterday.
Malibu, all the roads to Malibu are all closed. They said don't go down them.
Right?
Huh?
I was gonna say the PCH is closed.
Closed. All of it's closed. I mean, you think about it. It's we don't have drainage system. What you look at? Dog's like looking in the air. What's her name? Mila. All right. Well, listen, it was good talking. I got to have coffee tomorrow.
I need a coffee right now.
I need coffee.
This weather makes me sleepy.
Romeo, what do you think of Mila over there? Romeo, what do you think? So anyway, listen, we'll talk tomorrow. Take care. God bless you. Be safe. Give us a call, 800-753-8534, 323-380-5485, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.